Joshua Jackson at the bottom of the hour to talk Bayou Classic, and that was a crazy one down there on the Bayou. Let's just say barbecue defense. That's all I'm going to say about that. Short time out. We're back in just a skosh. Stay right here. This is the Afternoon Locker Room on the Arena Sports Network. Y'all.
If you are in Northwest Indiana or near Michigan City, LaPorte, Hobart, Burns Harbor, Valparaiso, Chesterton, South Bend, or Portage, there is no comparison to the other dealers around town to Sowers Ford Lincoln in Michigan City. Get your best price on Ford trucks, Focus, F-150, Explorer, Escape, and Lincoln MKS, MKT, and more, as well as Fiesta, Fusion, Taurus, and Mustang. We welcome you to Sowers Ford Lincoln dealership in Michigan City, Northwest Indiana's newest Ford Lincoln dealer. We place the highest emphasis on our customers. We offer new and used Ford and Lincoln vehicles, parts, service, and used cars, including Focus, Fiesta, and more. For more information, drop by 3930 Franklin in Michigan City, Indiana, or visit them online at SowersAuto.com. Sowers Ford Lincoln, Northwest Indiana's newest Ford Lincoln dealer.
Back here on the Afternoon Locker Room, here on the Arena Sports Network. Oh, by the way, the new website is open every day, and that is asnplus.com. Swing over there, click on Listen Live. That's where you get a chance to hear not only this fun stuff, but also all the other great fun programming that ASN Plus will be privy into the place to be. So asnplus.com, that's our brand new home on the Internet. As we continue on the Afternoon Locker Room, presented by Gigahertz. Brian Snow from Snowman in the Morning joining us via the Verizon Wireless Hotline. Let's swing over to one of the hot topics of the day. The St. Louis Rams, right before their 52-0 shellacking of the hapless Oakland Raiders, had a very profound statement in the wake of the recent Ferguson, Missouri riots. And 5 young men, and let me preface by saying 5 young black men, because I know that's just going to ruffle a lot of feathers, and we got to talk about this. 5 young black men, 3 from cities that have very substantial urban populations, especially black men, 2 from spots in the South that, along historical lines, those states have not exactly been the kindest to black men. These 5 young men made a statement on national television right before the game, and somebody's not too pleased about the stance that they made. And all they did was just put their hands up.
That's all. That's all they did. You know what? Let's go back a few weeks. The incident with Stephen A. Smith. Mm-hmm. Only this time it involves, like you said, the men that just put their hands up, and everybody wants to read everything into it. No one's taking the time to ask them why they made that gesture.
Well, I wouldn't say asking why. It's more of, why are you? You're an NFL. You're an NFL player. Yes, they are. They were black men before they became NFL players. Let's just put that out in the open. Mm-hmm. All right. The 5 men in question are Tavon Austin, second-year wideout from West Virginia. Stedman Bailey, second-year wideout from West Virginia. Chris Givens, third-year wideout from Wake Forest. Now, I won't go to the other 2 just yet, because I just want you to see the pattern here. Tavon Austin is from Baltimore. Mm-hmm. Stedman Bailey is out of West Virginia. I don't see a hometown on him, but I'm willing to bet you he is from somewhere around the same area. The third guy I mentioned, which was Chris Givens, out of Wake Forest. He's from Jackson, Mississippi. What is interesting to note is that these three young men are 24 years of age or younger. Haven't we been told in the community for a long time that 25 is the sort of magic age for most black men in urban America to make, if they make that age and past that, they're the exception instead of the rule?
Yeah.
Interesting. Stay with me on this. The other two gentlemen, Kenny Britt, 6-year wideout from Rutgers. His hometown, Bayonne, New Jersey. That's near New York City. The other guy who was a part of this was Jared Cook, 6-year tight end out of South Carolina. His hometown, Birmingham, Alabama. You notice a pattern here, folks? These five men.
Said, all southern states. Stedman Bailey's home state is Florida. As a matter of fact, his place of birth is, let me say this correctly, Miramar, Florida.
Yep. Metro Miami.
There's your other sign right there.
Notice a pattern there? Notice a pattern, folks? Either near a major urban center or from a state that historically hasn't exactly been kind to black men.
Right.
And these five made the non-violent, non-vocal stand that they did. They just put their hands up, walked out of the field.
All they did.
And the St. Louis Police Officers Association wants to get mad about that? You might want to check your union reps history before you want to jump on these guys. Because from what I've been seeing, he isn't exactly squeaky clean either.
Well, the words just come down that they won't be punished for this action, and the reason that they made such the action was free speech. That's the argument that's being given, and I'm in agreement with it. You know, it's as a quote was said, and I'm looking at it right now. This was a message, and the police should know it. A non-violent action, like you said, man.
It was non-violent. It was non-vocal, but it got the most attention. Why? It was an NFL game. That's why. And an NFL game in St. Louis.
In St. Louis.
Now, if they were somewhere else,
wouldn't be an issue.
Well, no, it would have gotten. It still would have gotten attention. It wouldn't have been. There wouldn't be this such butthurt backlash, as it were, from an organization inside St. Louis. Again,
true.
I ask, you might want to check your union reps' history, because he isn't squeaky clean either. And to further the point, this isn't the first time that athletes have dared to use their position on civil rights matters. There is a very powerful picture from the 1960s that I think everybody should take a really good look at and understand where all of this comes from. No, I'm not referring to the black glove salute at the 68 Olympics. No. No. What I am referring to is a picture that features Jim Brown, Bill Russell, Muhammad Ali, and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, all seated together with a few other top athletes of the day, but those four in particular. Now, you want to talk about star power.
And major influence.
All four of them either are or will be Hall of Famers. All four of them. And they use their powerful position, as young as they were at the time. Again, we're talking the 60s here. For them to use their powerful positions at the time to highlight the ongoing plight in urban neighborhoods at the time. Spoke a lot. Michael Jordan, as much as I love his work on the court, could probably take a few pointers from that consortium.
Agreed. And I'll be the first to say that I'm a big Michael Jordan fan, but off the court, there's still a few things he needs to learn.
Now granted, to make strides as becoming the only majority owner of a major North American franchise, that speaks volumes. That does speak volumes. And I do applaud him in that case. However, Mike should know better. He's a Brooklyn native. Yeah, granted, he left Brooklyn at age 2. You're still Brooklyn, bro.
Yeah.
You are still.
That's what a lot of people don't realize is that Brooklyn is his native home. Before he moved to North Carolina.
You're still Brooklyn. You're still permeated in Chicago. Hey, use your stature for some good sometime. Know what I mean? I'm just saying. Brian Snow from Snowman in the Morning joining us here on the Afternoon Locker Room, presented by Gigahertz, appearing on the Verizon Wireless Hotline. I'm Alvin Washington. Last few moments here with you here before we switch gears for a short break. As we continue to parse this situation in St. Louis and look ahead to other things surrounding this, because we understand also that President Obama is in Washington, in the White House, having commissioned a task force to take a look at this situation. And I have to look at these actions by President Obama with a side eye, because he could have prevented this 5 years ago. The reason I say that, does the name Kenneth Gladney ring a bell?
Yes.
For those of you who don't know, and I'll try to keep this as short as I can, Kenneth Gladney was a black conservative. There's another bad word in the black community. Kenneth Gladney was a black conservative who was passing out political literature, primarily "Don't Tread on Me" pamphlets, outside of the safe distance of a Democratic town hall meeting in St. Louis. And this is on YouTube. A black man emblazoning an SEIU shirt came by and accosted him just because he was passing out literature.
I remember that incident also.
That wasn't the part that got me. The part that got me and still gets me is that President Obama still has yet to address this. And
it's been 5 years.
Yeah, and it leads me to believe that if the President of the United States did not step up to protect the rights of free speech from his own constituency, then what makes you think he's going to protect anybody else?
He's proven that over and over again.
I mean, yeah.
He's proven that over and over again, and it's something that you and I have talked about off the air I'll flip these 3 words, after the fact. After the fact. Then once he wants to act after the fact, why didn't he do anything while everything was going?
It's a diatribe for a totally different show, but you can see it. You can see the handwriting right there, and it's like, really? Now we want to bring up a task force? Yeah. And with that in mind, Brian, thanks for joining me once again. I'm loving the new console. I'm loving it. It's like
Thank you.
It's like I've got a Christmas gift a whole month earlier.
Thanks a lot, my friend. You're doing a great job with the locker room, folks. Keep showing them love. Now the Afternoon Locker Room is featured on ASN Plus, and we'll headline the programming there.
All right, folks. Catch you later, man.
Thanks.
All right, Brian Snow from Snowman in the Morning joining us on the Verizon Wireless Hotline, Verizon Wireless, and the